Okay, it's a couple days later. I've been busy. So, if I remember, this panel had slid forward somehow. I don't know how. So I pulled it back, and the way I pulled it back, I went and got a come along from Harbor Freight. I just drilled a hole through the table with a steel stake, and I can move it. I can move it over there if I have to pull. If I have to pull the other side, and then I just hooked it on here. So the only thing I could hook onto was this radiator support. So you got to make sure, if you do what I just did, make sure the fender bolts are tight. That way when you pull this, the fender will come with it. So these two bolts can be tight if you have to do what I just did. But loosen this bolt. This one down in here behind the hinge, I didn't mess with that one. Or maybe I did, maybe I loosened it. Can't remember. And then there's one more inside here. So loosen that one, this one, probably that one, and not those. And then there's a couple under there. You see where the shims fell out. So that's where I'm at right now. So I was just saying I need to put the bumper on, but the problem is, here's again, in this basket case, it came extra parts. This also came with those extra parts. This has studs sticking out. This one's taller than that one. The problem is, on the one, no, I'll have to show you. But on that one, the studs were broken off. That one being the one that came with the car. Let me get a close-up of this. This is for anybody that likes to make things work like me. So the studs were broken off, and I'm thinking, how the heck do I fix this? I mean, are the studs in the polyurethane bumper? I don't know. So I dug around. This piece is embedded in here on both sides. So I took this piece out, welded on two studs. Now I gotta somehow secure that back in. The way it was in is, it was in there, and it's got these holes with polyurethane also will come through and cover this. Again, all this is doing is the main attachment of the bumper to the frame is this steel here, but this is where it ties into the fender. So my plan is, the horn beeping somewhere. I'm just going to dig out some of this with a grinder. I bought some 2-part polyurethane. So I'll fill up these holes. It'll spill out through these cavities like it was stock. And then I'll let it spill over into here and cover that, and that's the only solution I came up with. Now I couldn't use the red bumper. I would have used the red bumper that I was just showing you. And so that's the compressor running in the background. Again, I'm just trying to make this thing work. So what I did is, wherever these holes are, I went down to make anchor points I went in wherever there was thicker rubber. So I'll put it underneath, then it'll spill over. And that's all I can do. The problem is it's not thick, like it's not thick all the way down. Over here it curves in. Or else I'd go real deep. So I got that one. Got this one. And by the way, when I took these off, I made a scribe line. So I know it goes right there. And that's all I can do. I guess I blew it out. It's rough, so either it'll adhere or it won't. So I'm gonna put it in the holes. I'll just put it on and let it goop out. You know, it doesn't, usually this stuff when I use it, it turns gray because of two different colors. So I hope this is mixing. If it spills out, I'll just clean it up later. So I want it to oop out, ooze out. That's what I want. But I can't really apply too much pressure because it's going to stay where it wants to stay. This side is naturally higher because I want this side to hit the fender. So I'm not gonna level it off till I do the other one. And get it on everything. Like I say, I hope it sticks. It's flexible, so it's not going to take much to tighten it to the fender. Oozing out of the hole, which is what I want. Stuff's sticky, that's good. Now the problem is, how do I level it? Maybe a stick. I'll just grab a stick.